Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I know it's a bit late for this video, but I remember this time last year, after getting my GCSE results and after going into my sixth form induction day, which for my school was yesterday, I was still debating whether or not I wanted to take A-level further maths. For me, it wasn't necessarily about pursuing a goal. So for example, Louis is going to take it for his A-levels because he knows it's going to help him get to university and study the course he wants. But for me, because I don't necessarily want to go to uni and get a job that requires A-levels, I kind of felt stuck. Do I take it? Do I not? Because to be honest, I like the subject. I know, I'm weird, I like maths, I liked it at GCSE, and to be honest, it's alright at A-level. There are times where it's stressful, but that's what this video is about. So, long story short, I took it, and I'm now at the beginning of year 13, so I have basically done half of my course for my further maths A-level. So, I thought I would make this video for anyone who is in my position that I was last year. And if you would like to, if you're thinking about taking further maths, then hopefully this video can help you out, and I'm trying to keep it quick. We'll see if that works. So firstly, I don't necessarily regret taking further maths, although it can be very stressful at times because there is a fair amount of work to do, and the stuff that you're learning can be demanding, obviously, because it is a step up from normal A-level maths, which is already hard, and then you're taking it a step further and incorporating other things as well. But yeah, I don't regret it because I love my class and I love my teachers. I know that's very individual. I know that some schools are going to be different, but if you know your class, like I knew the teacher I was going to have and I was happy having her. So that wasn't an issue for me, and I really enjoy the class that I have at the moment. I think with my class, and maybe it's with others as well, because we all find it challenging, there's no judgment, which is weird because when you think about a further maths class, for some reason, I know in my year group sometimes people can think like, oh, you're just the smart kids, but I don't feel necessarily like there's a lot of pressure in general. Like sometimes you just feel like you might not be getting things that other people do get, but then again you also have those moments when you finally understand something and someone else is still struggling to understand the concept. Yeah, I don't regret taking it. I do enjoy the subject, and there isn't as much like stigma around the class as I thought there would be. Saying that, because I don't necessarily need A-levels going into my own business, there have been times where I just wonder what it would be like if I had only taken 3 A-levels, because A-level maths, further maths was my 4th, and yeah, I think that's when I get really stressed out, and that is when planning my day out properly really helps, doing a mind dump and clearing my brain, because it's all in the heat of the moment. It's all about like thinking you have too much to do, but then when you write it all down you realize you don't. I think that there have been points where I wonder what it would be like if I had dropped it, but then I feel like because I've put so much work in now, like I'm halfway through, I want to finish it and I want to get that A-level to, like, I don't know, I've put in so much work, why would I stop now? That's actually the beginning quote in my, like this year in my bullet journal is, you've worked so hard, why would you stop now? If you want to stretch yourself further, then further maths is a great way to do that if you enjoyed the subject. So here are some criteria, as I've said, to kind of help you out. If you're thinking, am I the right kind of person for this? These are the kind of things that I thought you might need to have in order to enjoy the subject. So first of all, you've got to love maths. That's no doubt about it, because you're then taking on 2 math subjects. So for some of my friends it's 2/3 of their A-levels, for me it's half. So there is a lot of my time when I'm revising is spent on maths. So you have to love it, obviously. You're not going to take further maths if you don't really like the subject, because then again, if you don't like further maths A-level and you need to take it for a course at uni, is that course going to be what you want to do? I don't know. I've not really looked into that many uni courses, but I know that obviously if you don't enjoy the subjects you're learning, it might lead to something you don't want to do in the future. Next, I've talked about it briefly, but it is content heavy. Now, I would say that out of my 4 A-levels, so I do art, English lit, maths and further maths, in terms of workload, art is the biggest, then it's English lit, then further maths, then normal maths. For me, that's because we learn some of the normal maths in further maths, because our school doesn't have enough teachers. Some schools do it so that you learn all of A-level maths in year 12 and all of further maths in year 13, because some of the further maths content requires year 2 maths. So we've had to learn some year 2 bits before the rest of our year so that we could learn the further content. So that has been a challenge, because obviously you're suddenly throwing in year 2 stuff that you've meant to have done in a year's time. You're having to do it now so that you can learn the further math stuff for year 1. That's tough, but it was fine. It's okay. My teacher was great at explaining it, and once you practice it enough, it's okay. And I know I've just done year 2 integration, and although I'm still a bit meh on it, I know that I'm doing it next term in my normal maths class, so it's not like I feel like I have to go and study it all by myself and try and figure it out that way. Like, I know I'm doing it in my normal maths class. You also might want to make sure that the courses that your school is running are the ones that you want to do, because with further maths you have Core Pure, at least this is for EdXL. You have Core Pure 1 and 2, which is year 1 and year 2. That's just like, you have to do that one. That's the main further maths ones. And then you have 2 options out of, I think, 6 or 8 different courses. I think it's 8 that your teachers choose. For me anyway, your school might be different. Our teachers chose D1 and Further Mechanics 1. So those are the other 2 parts of the course that I learn, and I didn't necessarily get a choice in that, but I find they're okay. I did have a bit of drama in year 12. I basically have had 1 mechanics lesson, further mechanics lesson so far, and I'm a year into the course because it clashed with my English Lit lesson, so I went to English Lit instead of further mechanics and basically taught myself further mechanics outside of school. That was okay, because half of the year was spent again learning normal maths stuff before further maths stuff. But obviously you want to make sure that, say if you want to be, I don't know, an engineer, and your further math class is not doing mechanics and it's just doing pure and other stuff that's not related to it, I don't know, you might want to just think about whether it's going to be relevant to your uni course. I'm not sure, but that's something maybe to contact your teachers about if you want to make sure that those options are the right ones for you. So all in all, if it's going to help you get to uni, then do it. If you enjoy maths and you enjoy like pushing the boundaries of maths, then do it. If you feel like you're already nervous about starting A-level maths, but you do want to give it a try, maybe what you could do is start off with maths and further maths, and then if further maths becomes too much of an issue, or like you're struggling to balance the 2 subjects, like maths and further maths, then you could always drop it. Like, you have that leeway. I know my school does it, and I know several other schools do it as well. You have that couple of weeks, maybe even a month, where you can like move your A-levels around. I've known people that have moved their A-levels halfway through year 12, so it's really not, you don't have to finally decide what you're gonna do right now. But I hope this video can help you so that you hopefully have a better understanding of what further maths actually is. It's not some sort of like distant subject, like a lot of people do it. I just think that there are some things that I wish I would have been aware of before I started it, and to know that I was actually like suited for the course before I started year 12. So hopefully that was helpful. Basically, if you are struggling about like how you're going to learn everything, like the only way I've revised really for further maths, and same for maths, is just do practice papers. So if you do enough practice, you will get it. So if you're struggling with it now, then just keep practicing and keep asking questions, and I'm sure you'll get there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. There will be a 1,000 subscriber video coming out soon. It's just taking me an age to edit, and I wanted to get this video up soon. So that will be coming out soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!